Okay, we're live here for episode 9 of the Wolves Coffee Hour. Today we've got the track team, but before we get to introductions, we'll give you guys a rundown on how you can participate. For those of you that are watching, you can comment live on the Facebook video as you think of them, or you can head on over to Twitter, and that's going to be at Wolves Athletics, hashtag Wolves Coffee Hour, at Wolves Athletics, hashtag Wolves Coffee Hour. Get those questions in, and we will do our best to get to those. Now, this is an episode that I've been waiting a long time for. It's near and dear to my heart. You know, as a former track athlete, you know, not as fast as I once was, but I'm excited to have the people who are still doing it on the show here. So we got head track coach Lynne Dingman, Jared Tyrrell, Isaiha Fletcher, Kealy Hill, Isabel Kinzer, and for I believe the 8th week in a row, co-host Austin Heeb. I mean, we could throw out all the superlatives; they would all apply. But what we'll spare Austin, he gets embarrassed pretty easily. So we'll spare him today on the intro. We're just gonna really start it off. What have you guys been up to? What have you been doing in quarantine? TV shows you've been watching, video games. What's going on in your life? We'll kick it off with Jared there. Where are you at? What do you got going on in your life here?
Just been trying to work a lot, trying to stay in shape, doing a lot of things. Just come home, watch TV. Nothing really on though. No sports, listen
Yeah.
sports. But
Where do you work?
Dial and Move.
Here in Aberdeen?
In Aberdeen. So like it's a moving company.
Okay.
People in and out of houses.
So that's a good workout, you know. Use the legs on lifting all those boxes, kind of stay fit there. You've been able to run it all these last couple weeks, last couple months here?
Yeah, I've been trying to run at least every other day. It just depends on if work was hard, I might take a day off, but you know. As much as I can.
Doing the best you can.
Getting a lot of miles in.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good. That's good. Thanks for that, Jared. We'll go to Isaiah next. You give us a rundown. Looks like, you know, you're growing the hair out a little bit maybe. What else is going on?
Yeah, it's been a little tough to get a haircut recently with everything going on. But
yeah, I know it hasn't. I gotta try to tuck my mullet behind my neck so no one can see it. It's pretty gross.
Yeah. No, I've been in town here in Aberdeen still. Got a house with a couple of the track guys with Jared actually. And I'm working up at Menards here in town. So if I'm not working or hanging out with the team, you know, I'm running miles or a quick sprint workout down the block.
Yeah, do you find that living with track guys helps with motivation? You guys kind of all have a common goal. So maybe if you're, you know, maybe not feeling as motivated as you would like to be, you got a couple guys or people telling you to get going?
Yeah, usually we try to pair up and do workouts at the same time or go and get somewhat of a lift on at the same time. And, you know, if you get 2 guys that are ready to go and the third one doesn't want to, then it kind of helps, you know, kind of peer pressure everyone into getting a workout in and staying in shape.
Yeah, that's the good form of peer pressure. So, you know, let's keep that going. Any shows you've been watching or anything else there you'd like to share?
A couple movies here and there, nothing too recent. Been working a lot lately.
Okay. Any recommendations?
I recently just watched the new Bad Boys. That's a pretty good one.
Okay. Little Will Smith. Okay, yeah, that's good. Thanks for that, Isaiah. Next, we'll go to Kealy. What have you been up to?
I just finished working so I could get ready for basic, and then I've just been hanging out with my dog and taking him on runs when I can, and basically just chilling at the house.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's basic training. You want to give us a rundown on what's going on there?
So I joined the National Guard, so I'll just be going to training over the summer and then still be attending school and doing track, that on the side.
Awesome. And for those of you who don't know, you know, there are probably a lot of people, you know, watching this who maybe don't know Kealy, you know, very talented pole vaulter. You know, that's kind of a different sport. Isaiah and Jared and Iz can kind of, you know, they could run in the street if they had to, but it's kind of a different event with pole vault. Are there things you can, you know, do around the house or the neighborhood that can kind of help you work on your skills while we're kind of in this time where you maybe don't have access to the facilities?
There's just a bunch of upper body stuff, and then I have a broken pole from high school that I just do some stuff in my backyard with.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Just kind of, you know, if there's a will, there's a way there. That's good. Thanks, Kealy. Is that what you go by, or do you do it Isabel? What do you prefer?
Either one is fine.
I'm gonna go It's shorter. What have you been up to?
I work 2 different jobs as a CNA, so I've been doing that a lot. I've worked every day for like 3 weeks. Sometimes when I get off work, because I work the overnight shift, so I work 10 to 6 or 6 to 6, I'll get off and go for a run if I feel motivated enough.
Where do you work?
I work at Prairie Heights, and I also work at Aberdeen Health and Rehab.
Jeez. It's good. It's good. You're gonna have, money saved up for the next school year, so that's good. Any shows you've been watching or anything?
Not really. Sometimes I rewatch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I suppose you're in the little spare time you do have, you're probably sleeping. So that's fair. That's fair. And last but not least, the boss, Coach Dingman. What have you been up to? Give us a rundown on your life last couple of months here.
Well, most of you guys know I have 3 children. So my oldest one, freshman in high school. Thankfully, he's self-sufficient. I didn't have to do his homework with him. He had a really tough semester, so had 2 gym classes, foods class, and Spanish 1. So, talk about the best load he could possibly have. So, he got a 4.0, by the way, so it's good.
Let's go.
I know, right? Like, honey, there'd be a problem if you didn't get a 4.0. So. But I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, so things have been a little crazy at home. Just trying to keep the boys entertained and trying to work at the same time. Not always the easiest thing. I think it's probably been the toughest 2 months ever, honestly. Trying to get things accomplished and take care of the 2 little ones for sure. I've never been more excited to take the kids back to daycare. Sorry, kiddos, but I was pretty excited. So daycare just reopened, so they got to go back, and honestly, they were pretty excited to go. So they do a lot of fun stuff at the YMCA with those kids. So, but yeah, that's the main thing. Been running after children, and that's my day.
No time. Any movie recommendations for us? No time to do that.
Yeah, absolutely no time. I constantly have Disney Channel streaming at my house, so. Unfortunately, I get to watch lots of reruns of, the Disney Channel.
Like the classics? Are we talking like Hercules and like the good ones? Or
no.
Like
Fox and the Hound?
No. Oh, tough break. That's a rough bounce. Sorry to hear that. We mentioned that Kealy does pole vault, but there may be some people who are watching who maybe are just watching because they like the track team, but they may not necessarily know all of you guys individually. Let's just quick go around the horn, and I'll have you guys just quick say what events you do and what year you are. So for the fans who are watching who maybe don't know, kind of get a little background on you guys. We'll start with Jared here. Event and what year you're going to be going into next year.
So I do a lot of the sprint things, 100, 200, 400, and this year I tried a 600, which I don't know if I'll ever do that again. But and then
do it again.
I'll be a junior this next year. So
okay, Isaiah.
I'm a sprint guy as well. I do 2s and 4s, and then the 4x4, 4x2, and I'll be a returning senior.
Nice. Okay, Kealy.
I do pole vault, and then I'm a junior.
Okay, last but not least.
400s, 400 hurdles, 4x4, 4x2. I heard that Naki might make me do a 6 next indoor season.
Always a possibility.
Yeah.
That's kind of dangerous. The 600 is kind of a gateway drug to the 8. So you got to be careful with that. If you do too good, she might try to walk you up another distance there. So careful. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not saying don't try on the 6, but just tread carefully there.
Trying to do it definitely.
That's we can get more into that later, but I'll leave it at that for now. I think Austin's got kind of a question for you guys here. Let him take it away.
Yeah, so we've talked to a lot of teams so far, and some hadn't really started yet, or were just at the end of their season, and you guys, being an indoor and outdoor, having split seasons like that, you guys had both. You didn't quite get done with one, and the other one didn't really get going. You guys have had some time to reflect. If we just want to go around, we'll start with Jared. What was it, now that you're kind of past it a little bit, we're had some time to look back. How was it? I mean, how are you guys doing now? Are you more excited for next year, even more now, or how is it kind of going?
It was weird when I first found out about it, because you're just mid-season, you get like that 2 maybe week break, like spring break is your time off in between the 2 seasons, and then you just go and rev it up again. So it's just the motivation kind of left when it first happened, because there was nothing gonna happen this year, and nothing was gonna happen until November of next year. So the motivation kind of left, and now it's just trying to get it back in gear, trying to like work harder, get ready for next year, be more motivated about things, kind of have like a comeback season this next year. So
yeah, no, absolutely, no, that makes sense. How about you, Isaiah?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Just trying to keep motivated. It kind of sucks losing that outdoor season and not being able to see how well all the national qualifiers could do for our team. But it's the way I look at it, it's just motivation for next year. We got to come back stronger than we were this year. And although it's kind of sad losing some of our seniors, we just got to put in that much more effort to, make up for what we've lost this year.
No, absolutely. Kealy, what are your thoughts on it?
It was frustrating at first because we were at nationals when we found out, but yeah, it's just motivation to come back better for next year, because I qualified this year, so I'm not too worried.
Kind of talk about the mood down there as a whole, if you don't mind, talking about kind of, everyone, I mean, like-minded as you is down there, all have the same goals. And I mean, I'm sure finding out as a group of athletes, just kind of talk about that a little bit.
Well, while we were there, we just kept hearing things were getting canceled, and I remember Wade was just like, yeah, they're not going to cancel it. We're already here, so why wouldn't we compete? Because we already had our practice. And then after the practice session was over, we found out that it was canceled. It was really frustrating because we had already all practiced together. But yeah.
And Isabel, what are your thoughts on it?
I think it was more sad than anything, because I personally really look forward to outdoor season. I like it a lot more than competing indoor, because I have my 400 hurdles that I like to do. So when we were actually over in Florida for spring break, when we got all the messages about everything being canceled, it's I called Naki and I was like, is this actually a thing? And everyone was sad. It's kind of hard, because looking forward to outdoor season the entire year and then not having it was a little heartbreaking.
How about you, Coach? What was your kind of feelings on the whole thing?
Well, down at nationals, it was just kind of one of those eerie things. You felt it coming. You knew it was coming, and we're trying not to, I guess, believe that it was going to come. But yeah, kind of just really almost like a twilight zone. I feel like the last 2 months has been, in this day of modern medicine, that something like this could occur. It's unthinkable. So, but yeah, just definitely hopefully a once in a lifetime thing that we'll have to deal with and moving forward. And we're definitely excited for next year. As many of these guys said, we had a really good indoor season. It was so excited to see outdoor season. But next year we're going to be bigger and better, and just excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, it's tough because, track obviously is one of those sports where, if you got to be fast and you're competing at your the best you can, you've got to be healthy for, months in a row, and you've got to be kind of, doing all these right things for all these months in a row. And that's a little bit different from other sports, but yeah, I felt the pain as someone, because I was imagining myself hey, you work, hard for staying healthy for those long periods of time doesn't happen every year. But I think it really says a lot about you guys, how it's all this attitude of like, hey, we're just, I mean, you know, obviously you got to deal with the hand that you're dealt, but the fact that you guys are all motivated for next year, I think really says a lot about you guys and about kind of the mood that coach has set. So yeah. Switching gears.
Let's have more fun.
We'll see.
Let's have some more fun.
Yeah. Okay. I know. We maybe should have flipped these and maybe. Well, yeah. This next section is just a bunch of would you rather questions. So we're just gonna really go to the opposite end of the spectrum here, and hopefully we can have some fun with this. I figured it's better to end on a positive. So okay, out of the way, all that stuff. We're good to go. So. I don't know if we just want to have a free for all here. If we want to go around the horn, maybe let's start around the horn, and we'll see how it goes. I've got probably too many questions, but we'll see how many we get to. Okay, and these have nothing to do with sports, so just do with that what you will. Jared, okay, you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Would you rather have no hair or never be able to cut your hair?
Probably never cut my hair because there's a lot of things you can do, like put it up and stuff to make it work. So.
Yeah. I think maybe the problem is though at some point like you're gonna be walking on it, like it's gonna be like, and we're talking beard too. So like you know, I don't know, maybe you know I don't know if you can grow a beard as luscious as this, but you know if you could, like who knows? It might be down to your belt.
Well,
You're sticking with it?
I think I'm gonna stick with it. I'll grow out. I'll own it. I'll be good.
Okay, hey, I respect someone who kind of sticks to their guns. I respect. I disagree with you strongly, but it's fine. Let's go to Isaiah here. What's your take on this? It looks like you're kind of getting a jump start on this one, so I think I might know what your answer is going to be.
No, if I had that option, I probably would not have any hair. You know, it's just one less thing to take care of, and you can wear hats, cover it up. Nobody would ever know.
You never have to shave
Part of me
again.
thinks, yeah, I think once people got over the initial shock, like the deal breaker for me is no eyebrows. I think that's the part where I can't do it because like that's a game changer. Okay.
Just
Maybe I'm stealing your guys' points here. What was that?
fill them in.
Yeah, true. You get a pencil. Get one of those tattoos where it's like, you know, people get, you know, eyeshadow tattooed. Yeah, maybe that's the move. Kealy, thoughts on this?
Let my hair grow. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's nice because you don't have to worry about, you know, a beard. So that's, you know, maybe that's girls have a different take on it. Would it be hard to pole vault if your hair was like down to your ankles though? Would that be a problem? Because you guys don't have to wear helmets, right? Or do you? Because you couldn't like tuck your hair into your helmet, could you?
I don't know if she can.
She's frozen.
Okay.
I think she's frozen.
Okay, we might have lost her here, so we'll keep it
Maybe.
rolling. Oh,
There she goes.
oh, we got her back. Okay, we'll just go to Iz here, get your take on it, and then Kealy, if you have some more thoughts, we'll go back to you. Iz, what are your thoughts on this one?
I would probably have no hair. Just because I think it'd be easier. And I like an eyebrow thing. I feel like it's the easy thing. You can wear a wig if you really want. Hair. 'Cause they have really
Like you see those. Yeah, like you see those pictures where they Photoshop people's eyebrows out, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's scary. Yeah. And I suppose, hey, you get a good hat that you're comfortable with. You could stylize hats, you know, whatever. Yeah, I hear you. Did we get it? Oh yeah, Coach. What thoughts on this?
I'm not cutting my hair. No, I'll just leave my hair. Yeah, I'll let it grow long.
What about your eyebrows? Your eyebrows are gonna grow so long.
Eyebrows are gonna. I won't worry about it, I guess. I just can't
let it rock.
I can't picture myself not having hair. That'd just be worse. So we're just gonna go with that.
You wouldn't have to worry about cleaning your floors. It would be like a permanent Swiffer. And once it gets down to your feet, you could just walk around your house.
Put
I
some
think-
dreads or braiding in, and we'll just do that.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Okay, I think we've kind of got all that we can get out of that one. We'll start at the top again with Jared. Ready for number 2? Would you rather be permanently on stilts or permanently have a foam finger on each hand?
I'd probably take the stilt. Make me look a little taller.
But think, you wouldn't be able to drive a car. You'd have to get a custom car. So, like, you're going to have to run everywhere, which would be fine because your legs would be very long, I guess. But, like, I don't know.
I mean,
Are you sure?
you couldn't do anything with a foam finger on both your hands. What can you do with 2 of those?
I'm using my
I'm
mouse
with him
now.
on this.
You just one, or is it
I
both?
completely agree with him.
You would have to get a custom-built house, though, is the problem.
But I don't. I
could
agree
grip
with
a-
him that you need you need your hands for everything.
I could grip a steering wheel. I would use voice to text. I mean, I'm going foam finger on this one, and I feel very strongly about it. I haven't really thought about it very much, but I feel
How
very
would you
strongly
eat?
about it.
How would you eat?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of you would just have 2 of them, and you would just kind of palm it, and then you would eat off it kind of like a tray, I think,
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
Team
or
Jared.
even like
I'm Team
this.
Jared.
You couldn't drive. Hey, you would be tripping over yourselves on stilts, and I'd blow by you in a.
I can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Adam.
Adam, we can't.
You
hear
guys can't hear me?
Now we-
Oh, no.
Now you can.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Maybe I messed up my
Maybe
phone
Ashley.
because I can only
Maybe
use it.
Ashley.
Maybe it's the
Maybe
foam
Ashley
fingers.
muted you again.
Yeah, it was the foam fingers.
Yeah, maybe I hit the wrong button with the foam fingers. Did we already get Isaiah's take on this?
No.
No,
Nope.
I think I might go with the stilts too.
That's what's
Like,
up.
who doesn't want to be taller, really? I mean, come on, guys. Who doesn't want to be taller? I'm going
That's what's
with
up.
the stilts.
I'm so mad at you guys. Who's left? I'm over this question, and you guys are wrong, but who's left so we can move on to the next one? I'm going to get mad.
We got Isabel, Kealy, and Coach.
I'm also gonna have to go with the stilts.
Yeah, the stilts.
Kealy?
Stilts.
Yep, stilts.
And
Sorry,
Coach
Adam.
is stilts.
You're out, man.
That is
Stilts.
a landslide victory.
You guys are on the wrong
Well,
side of history here. Here's the thing.
Well,
this
he-
is going to be one of the
well-
ones. Ashley, if you're listening, can we put this out on Twitter, please, so that we can prove them wrong? Because I will not stand for it. This is just this. You guys are just all following on what the first person said. I'm so rattled. So rattled.
While he recovers, I'll do the next one here. We'll go reverse order. We'll start with Kealy. Would you rather be stuck forever in Jurassic Park or Jumanji?
Oh god.
Jurassic Park. Yeah, definitely Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park?
Yeah.
All right. Kealy? Or Isabel, excuse me?
Stuck forever?
Jurassic Park?
Probably. Wait, like you're stuck there forever?
Yep. You're stuck in forever, either Jurassic Park or Jumanji.
I think Jumanji would be fun.
Change it up. You're not dealing with just dinosaurs. You're kind of getting a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
The element of surprise. Isaiah?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling Jumanji would be a little better.
Jared?
I think I'm gonna go with Jumanji as well. Cause don't they have like
Yes.
don't they have like more lives? Like don't you have like 3 lives in Jumanji or something? Isn't that a thing?
I could see that.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
it,
no, they do.
right?
That is such a good point.
That is a really good point. I didn't know that part. I
And
forgot
there's-
about that little aspect of it.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I would definitely go Jumanji.
Coach?
I'm definitely going with Jumanji for sure. although I've never seen it, but I'm guessing Jurassic Park. That just doesn't sound good.
You just gotta,
Yeah, it doesn't sound that appealing.
It doesn't sound that appealing.
The unpredictability of Jumanji worries me a little bit because you could run into dinosaurs in Jumanji, but at least in Jurassic Park, you know that you're just going to get dinosaurs. So I think like that's something to maybe consider because like Jumanji is all the dangers of Jurassic Park plus unlimited.
Mm-hmm.
So like for me, I would rather take the enemy that I know about than a bunch that I don't. Because I feel like
But
after a while, like you can figure out a way.
The dinosaur is kind of the pinnacle of what you're going to encounter, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, they went extinct, didn't they? Can't be that great. Can't be that great. They're not undefeated. I feel like the consistency of Jurassic Park, you could develop some strategies, how to stay away from the T-Rex. Like, you know, you just like freeze, like you just don't move. Like, I feel like I could develop some habits that would allow me to survive. Maybe that's cocky, but you know, I think I could survive.
oh gosh.
Okay, we all good on that one? We're all good on that one?
We're good on that one.
Okay, this one's tough. Would you rather eat, well, here, we'll start with Kealy this time. Would you rather eat all of your food through a straw or have it tossed into your mouth by someone else?
Tossed into
Like
my
if you're eating a burger, someone would just like lob it at you and you would like continually until you like catch a bite. I don't know.
So, but are they lobbing bite sizes into your mouth, or are they lobbing an entire steak or hamburger at your mouth?
I think
You
it's
just
the
have to
whole
hopefully get
thing.
some?
What?
Like
Oh.
if you're like if you're eating a roast, they're like you know, they like football pitching a roast at your head.
That'd be a pretty expensive way to eat.
Huh.
True.
I don't know. I feel like eating like food through a straw though wouldn't be good.
I would just make smoothies.
Do we assume that they blend it?
Yeah, I would have to. I think let's assume
How big is
let's
the
assume they blend it and you get bite-sized pieces.
It would get so gross. Like, oh, you got to eat toast, and it's like water and toast,
Ew.
like in a blender, and you have to drink it. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the getting it tossed in my mouth then.
Yeah, but then what if it like hits the ground and you're like at a park you're at like the lake for 4th of July, eating a hot dog on the lake, and the hot dog gets sandy. You're out of luck then.
Yeah, I guess I'm not eating.
Second rule. We're fine.
Agreed.
Okay, who's next here? Isaiah, what's your take on this?
No, I might have to go with the straw and just start eating healthier, eating a lot of fruits. You know, the
I
smoothie.
kind of like
line.
that take.
That's what I would do. I would just make a bunch of smoothies, put some like
Smoothies.
powder in there, and then you'll be good. Get your
You
protein.
also can't go wrong with ice cream.
That's true too.
You could, you know, protein shakes. Like, yeah, I see that. I get it. Coach?
I really
I'm
want a
going with the
smoothie.
straw. I'm the type of person that can eat the same thing over and over again, so I'll just have a shake for my meals. That's fine. Less cooking.
Like, what's your favorite food though? Like, what's your absolute favorite food?
Absolute favorite food? I don't know. Probably anything pasta. I don't know.
Like pasta out of the window, like never again. R.I.P. Like that would be so sad.
I'd be okay.
Through a straw.
Yeah. I could grind up a noodle.
You
That'd
could.
be okay.
You want a bottle?
If it was spaghetti,
You want a bowl?
if it was spaghetti though,
You know how messy
You
that
have to
would be?
blend it up.
Spaghetti just getting thrown at you over and over.
Yeah.
Yes.
you would have to like always have a tarp on. That would be gross. Did we get everyone's take on that? Austin, should we do one more here?
Let's do one more. I'm gonna go with let's start with Isabel for this one. Would you rather have to wear only jeans for the rest of your life or only shorts?
Only shorts. Easy.
That was too easy for her.
Yeah, so we can wear pants.
Too easy for her.
I hate wearing pants. I hate it with passion.
Isaiah.
shorts in the wintertime?
I might have to go with shorts too.
Jared?
I'd probably do shorts. I don't like wearing jeans that much either. So
And Kealy?
Shorts. They're a lot comfier than jeans.
We've had a pretty good consensus here so far today. We've all kind of been on the same page with most everything. And I'm sure because Adam's just a contrarian at heart. Adam, you'd pick jeans?
No, I just really worry, like, it's the winter, it's -20, your car gets stuck, you got to shovel it out, those legs are gone, frostbitten, see you later. Like, I just get, if we lived in Florida, that's easy, but here, I think I'm going pants just so I don't get frostbitten. Like, you're also eliminating all outdoor activities. You can never go skiing, never go snowboarding. Like, there's so many things you'd be ruled out from just from the fact that you can't wear pants.
Well, can't you put on snow pants over your shorts? Like, you're going to go skiing and
I think that would – yeah, that's a good point. I think you have to assume that you couldn't put pants on over the shorts because then that would defeat the purpose of the question, right?
I suppose.
What about summer activities?
I'll just move.
Track. You can't run track in jeans. You can't go to the lake.
I would like to refute that point because some of the stretchy jeans that they sell now, like, I'm just saying, like, they're pretty darn close to athletic wear. Like, obviously not exactly what you want, but it's not, maybe not quite as crazy as you might think, you know?
I feel like I'd rip them pole vaulting.
That's a good point. I like the dedication that you're willing to, like, change your outfit for the rest of your life just for, like, the event. I love that dedication. Are we good? We had our fill of would you rathers? Maybe too much?
I think we're good.
Okay, so we're gonna kind of switch back, and we're gonna ask you guys some individual questions. First one goes to Isaiah. You know, kind of looking at your last couple of years. I mean, you were already good. You know, you were already running quick the previous season, but from last year to, you know, the first half of this year, I mean, I was just looking at it. I mean, I think looks like you improved by like a half second in the quarter, and, you know, your 200 time went down drastically. Like, what was the big change from previous years to this last year in your development, or were you doing the same things? Like, what was the key to your kind of success and improvement over the last, you know, year or 2 years?
I honestly think it was just summer workouts. You know, the freshman, sophomore year, I went back home for the summer, so I didn't have the same facilities that we do here, you know, being able to get into the BC in the weight room and being able to use the outdoor track at Swisher. Going into my senior year, I was here for the summer, and I had a couple other track athletes here that we could go out to the track and actually get some, like, real life workouts in. We were able to spike up and get in, use the weight room. So I just think it was that constant work output over the summer that just carried into the season. And so I was a lot more in shape than I would be if I were to go back home for the summer.
So you'd probably say just you were starting off the season in such a better place than previous years?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I like it.
Next one we got is for Jared. You know, you talked about being mainly a sprint guy, but you've got, am I wrong, you have a history of some middle distance, whether it's back in high school or I think you said you ran 600 this year?
Yep.
What do you have any sort of love for the middle distance? What's your, other than some of your sprints, do you have a favorite middle distance event? Did you ever think about running some more of that? Kind of give us how you feel about those.
Mid distance is, I kind of like the strategy more of it. There's more strategy to it than just straight out running. Like, even, I mean, the 4 is basically a sprint, but there can be a little strategy to that as well. Like, even running the 600, it's like, you just got to remember to be comfortable with, you know, when to kick. I remember the first time I ran a 600, I tried to kick way too soon. And then
how far out? Like, how far out?
I don't know. It was probably like 300 to 250 left. And I think I got to about the 100 meters left, and I could barely move my legs at all. So I went from like 5th place to like 2nd really quick, and then the last 100 I went back to like last. So it just my strategy.
I'm like stressed out just thinking about it.
Yeah, the 6th. I always have like a love-hate relationship with like the longer distances because I love the feeling of just being dead tired. Like I love that. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Like just being so tired that you can't like move. You just kind of you feel like accomplished. I guess it'd be. I don't know. Like after workouts and stuff.
Yeah, well,
I'm tired.
It was
pick the
so
right
funny. As you said, I love the feeling of being dead tired. The look on Isabel's face was so funny. It was hilarious because I don't think she agreed, but that was great.
I mean, it's like an accomplishment feeling. Like I just like
well,
your
yeah.
best. I guess
Have you ever run an 8?
I did in high school once at like sophomore year. Oh, I did one senior year too. I did a 4x8 in senior year.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple times. Not very often.
I just had to ask. Sorry, I gotta ask everyone that. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, some good insight there. Next question is gonna go to Isabel. So got a couple records here at Northern. And you run a lot of events. You know, you run 60 hurdles. You know, all the way up to the 400 hurdles. Do you have a favorite event or events, you know, that you like more than others, or is it just kind of you like doing it all?
I really enjoy 400 hurdles, and I don't know why.
So when you kind of flinched when Jared said that he likes being dead tired, like you must enjoy that too, at least a little bit, because I mean when yeah. I think if you asked 100 people what's the hardest event in track, I think 400 hurdles would get a lot of those answers.
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest one when I think about it. Like I get the most nervous for that race, but I enjoy it a lot. And I don't know, being dog tired it's okay as long as it's not like it's just like a very short period of time, then it's fine. But it's not
like and so
enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I think to be in track and field and enjoy competing, I think you kind of have to have like a screw loose or just maybe like a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it is, you know, obviously it is pretty brutal in a lot of ways. So we touched on it a little bit earlier, but you're a record holder in 2 different races. What's that like? What were those teams like? You know, I guess just kind of give us a rundown on those teams and what that's like.
Our record, we have the indoor and outdoor 4x4 and the outdoor 4x2. And it's all the same girls. So it's me, Madison, Hanukkah, and Emma. And I didn't even know when we got the indoor record that we were like in like the running for that. So we got it. And Madison's like, we broke the school record. Like she knew, like she was just so casual about it. And I was like freaking out. And then that was like the first time, because we didn't run very many indoor 4x4s that year. So that was like our second one, I think. So that was pretty exciting. And then outdoor, we broke it, I think, twice. And then we broke the 4x2 also at Drake, which I also didn't know we were close to the school record on that either. But it was all very exciting. It was very, very nice.
Yeah. When you guys broke the 4x2 at Drake, how much of a role do you think maybe the elevated level of competition played? Or were you guys all just kind of dialed in that day, or what was that like?
Honestly, I know me and Emma didn't even want to run that race. We were not in the mood at all. We were like talking to coach. We're like, we really don't want to do this. And he's like, well, you have to make a decision amongst yourselves. So Madison was like the one really pushing us to do it. So we warmed up, not happy about it. Went out there. It was like cold and rainy. Waited like 20 minutes to compete outside, and then started the race, and it ended up nice. And then Madison's like, see, aren't you glad that I made you run? It was nice.
So she's been taking credit for that record for a year now, I'm sure. So I'm sure you guys aren't sick of listening to that yet. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you know, I can relate to that because obviously record holder myself, so I kind of know how you feel, you know. So I get it.
Yeah.
Austin, I'll let you ask the next one. I need to shut up.
Yeah. Well, okay. You record holders that got to stick together. All right, Kealy. Speaking of record holders, you got the school record, conference champ, won a bunch of meets this year, qualified obviously for nationals. You success all the way back, and also just got announced as an All-American this year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All the way back to state in high school when you won a state title. Just kind of, if you could talk about the transition from high-level high school when you won a state title to college, and kind of what was the biggest difference that you noticed going from high school pole vaulting to college pole vaulting, and what's helped you the most?
I'm not really sure. Like, it's kind of the same almost. Like, just the feeling of it, like competing with those girls. But the big change for me was just like fixing all the little things in pole vault. And
was it more detailed training stuff, or training kind of the same, competition levels just higher, or what do you think kind of sticks out?
Definitely the training. Like last year, he completely like broke down my vault, and I basically started over. Yeah.
How was that? I mean, how did that? Was that? I mean, Adam may know more about pole vaulting. I know a lot of things like that where you have a routine or you have something like that. How hard was it for you to start from scratch? I play golf, so I know if there are people who completely revamp their golf swing, how they do that, and that's time consuming. Probably kind of the same type of deal, kind of starting from ground zero.
Yeah, it was really
kind of a one step. It's kind of a one step back so you can take multiple steps forward type deal, right?
Yeah, like that. I really had to keep in mind that even though I wasn't hitting the marks that I wanted to be, like last year, I knew that once I fixed everything, I'd be exactly where I wanted. And this year proved that.
Kind of, trust the process, trust the Wade Royer process, I guess. Yeah, that's awesome. And then, one other thing here, like from last year to this year, I guess they brought in, another pole vaulter. Did having another vaulter on the team kind of help motivate you, or did that change the dynamic of your practices? Because previously, I believe you'd have been the only female pole vaulter on the team. Does that help or change anything in practice?
It helped motivate me for sure. Yeah.
And then next year we're gonna have a whole crew of female pole vaulters. So we'll have a 4x1 of pole vaulters possibly. Just joking, we won't, awesome. But we have 4. So it'll definitely be an interesting year next year with all the female pole vaulters.
Yeah, and it's kind of been interesting to see, I guess, with a lot of you guys who are successful at the college level, sometimes athletes may go through a slump in their freshman year, adjusting to the increased workload, you're going through classes and all this stuff. And so, some people, it's interesting to see when some people can kind of maintain that acceleration towards improvement in their first couple of years. It's really fun to watch here. So with that, last but not least, we'll end it off with the head coach here on the individual questions. Coach Dingman, you have, a lot of records here. Maybe more of those have been taken down in recent years than you would have liked. But kind of what's it like to be a head coach at the same school you competed at? What is that like? Is it, do you see these athletes going through some of the same things you did? Kind of give us a rundown on what that is like.
Yeah. I basically, I've been around Northern since 1996. So when I say that out loud, that sounds like a really, really long time, and it is. But yeah, just seeing Northern transition from what it used to be to what things are now. There's just so many great resources that athletes have now that I didn't, as far as training goes. And, we were just talking this morning, if I would have known half the things, I know now versus when I was an athlete, things have just changed and evolved. And, but for me, it's such a great honor to take over the program, from my former coach, Coach Fuller. so for me, just a great honor to be at my alma mater and, basically coming back to where I started. This is where it all started, and it's just very rewarding for myself to be here and lead the program.
That's awesome. What record or records do you still have? I know you have a record in the multi still, right?
Yep, I have the HEP record, and I think there's a sprint med, which only gets run maybe once every, I don't know, couple years. So,
and you're like, never run it again.
No, and it's actually not that great of a record, so it'll go down eventually here. So.
Yeah, they're like, Coach, why we never run this event? And she's like, don't worry about it. Like getting a break. She's protecting. I think she's protecting her records a little bit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. Yeah, we run it
awesome.
once every great while. So I just got to get Izzy to run that 800 leg for me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I ran 1-800 in high school. It was horrible.
What was your time?
It was bad. It was like 220 something.
220. I was gonna guess 220s. So.
Because my coach was like,
but, you got
6 and then just finished. So I raced to the 6. I was in first, and then the last 200 I got passed by everybody because I couldn't move my legs.
The 800 is my favorite race, so that's near and dear to my heart. So, yeah. Well, so that kind of ends our individual questions for you guys, and we've kind of been ending it on just kind of any words of encouragement for people who are watching, or any words of wisdom. We'll start with Jared. It's kind of an individual sign off here. So what do you got for us? Pressure's on.
I don't know. Everybody stay positive. It'll eventually get over. We're all going to get back to our normal lives. Be back to sports. Be back to work. Be able to go out to eat. I mean, everything just opened up here, so that's a good sign.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are all doing what you can to get better, and that's awesome. Isaiah, what do you got?
Probably the main thing is just keep in touch with like your school friends, your athletes, teammates. Keep in touch. Just stay connected. That's the biggest thing that I've been doing, and that the track team's been doing. Just hang out with who you have and stay positive.
Yeah, people handle it differently than others, so kind of check in on the people you care about and make sure that you kind of they've got that support network. That's really awesome to hear. Thank you for that, Isaiah. Any words of wisdom?
I don't know. I think people should stay quarantined. I don't think it's over yet. I think the fact that things are opening is not really the best idea. So try to stay healthy, but try to stay connected with your friends and family.
Yeah, yep. And Kealy?
Just to try to stay connected, but also to keep your head up for what's to come and stay motivated.
And Coach, what do you got for us?
Be smart out there. Like Izzy kind of hit it on the head there. Just be smart, be safe. Try to keep things as simple as possible and motivation and be disciplined throughout the process. I think that the daily routine, get yourself back to your daily routine and just try to be smart about it.
Yep, that's good stuff from everyone and stuff we can all strive to accomplish. So with that brings episode 9 to an end here. Thanks to Coach Dingman, Jared, Isaiah, and Kealy. Thanks for taking some time out of your day here to join us. We'll be back next week, and we'll put some more info out when we have what team and what time that'll be. We're coming up on the end of this kind of first season here. We only have, I think, 2 or 3 teams left to cover. So with that, thanks, Track Squad, and go Wolves. Appreciate you taking your time.
Thanks, everybody. Go Wolves.
Go Wolves.